Good morning. Happy Friday. I'm Brendan here with Trevor. He's giving me a silent wave right now.
Final wave. It's been a good week. I've enjoyed my time, but next Monday, We'll be back together.
Well, we've enjoyed having you here, Trevor, and
It's been a pleasure.
I'm glad not that you had much of a choice. No, Joe could have worked the mornings. He was on the morning show for a long time, and then you could have switched. No, we appreciate your weather knowledge, and Trevor has a really fun personality too. If you haven't met Trevor, he's definitely bringing a lot of life to the show. That's for sure. We also had Dan's message. I didn't see what your message said, Dan. Director Dan. He's talking about what he's excited for this upcoming St. Patrick's Day weekend. He likes the music. And I know you can't hear Dan right now, but we do welcome you to the Upper 5 Digital Studio, and we want you to answer the weather quiz question. You gave us two options yesterday, Trevor.
That's right. As promised, I had said at the end of yesterday's live session, I was like, okay, to avoid all the statistical trivia and records trivia stuff, I was like, I'm going to bring in a question either about severe weather or about clouds. And in honor of the severe weather that happened a lot down south yesterday, there was actually, fun fact, there was a tornado warning over my house in my hometown yesterday. So in honor of that, I decided to do severe weather trivia today.
Well, I do have to ask, you say fun fact, and I know that's coming from your weather background. Is everybody okay?
Yes, everybody's fine. Yes,
okay,
they are fine.
Just checking. But that was over the county or right?
It was it was over parts of the county that they were in. I know for a fact by looking at the actual issued tornado warning on radar by the NWS in Dallas. It was right over my hometown and surrounding areas, and they were under a tornado warning for 30 minutes. Although weather speaking, it didn't happen that long. They were out of the area of rotation about 5 minutes or so after the warning was issued.
Okay.
But they did send me a lot of pictures of the hail they got. They had a huge, I should have taken a screenshot of it. It was a huge hail core that passed right over their house, and they got hail dumped on by hail that was like 3/4 of an inch large.
Wow.
Yeah. That's weather down south in the almost springtime, especially in March. That's what it's like.
And on a TV show today, we had on our newscast, we had video from Ohio, Indiana. There were tornadoes in both those states, right, Trevor?
Yes, there was. I actually saw a pretty cool video of one of the tornadoes that came down in Ohio. I don't remember. I actually didn't catch where it was specifically, but we definitely had some very active weather yesterday. And for the majority of us, it actually wasn't that way. Some of our southern counties got a pretty decent amount of rain. But other than that, up as far north as we are in Traverse City, I think we had no more than sprinkles yesterday. And same for a lot of areas along the Traverse City to Alpena line, sprinkles. It was everything south of that is where all the rain was.
Yeah.
So it really depended on where you were. But yeah, we missed out on all the fun. Although Northern Michigan doesn't usually get the severe weather in March. So that's just the geographical fact as it were. But
yeah, we already have people commenting, and after you watch Trevor's forecast, if you still have some questions, let us know. I'll pass along those questions to Trevor. So do you want to get into the forecast?
Yeah, sure.
Or I guess we haven't gone over have we gone over the weather quiz? That's how short term my memory
is.
Oh
yeah, no, I guess we haven't actually addressed it. I had it up on the screen since the start, but we haven't actually addressed it. So we'll take some time to do that. So severe weather question today. What is the minimum wind speed requirement for a tornado to be classed in EF5? And for those who don't know, although I'm sure pretty much everybody knows this, an EF5 is the highest classification for a tornado. It is the most dangerous tornado that can exist. There is nothing above an EF5. An EF5 is the highest category that exists. So what is the minimum wind speed requirement for that? Is it 261, 281, or 301 miles per hour? This is in miles per hour, not meters per second or anything like that.
Thanks for clarifying. Yep. I'm not going to do the conversions.
No, I wouldn't want to either because I'm not going to get into it. But obviously, we have a very different system from the majority of the rest of the world.
Yep. But yeah, if you want to get into the St. Patrick's Day weekend forecast, you go for it, Trev.
So we're expecting, I will say right off the bat, we're not expecting anything today. There's some clouds in place early in the morning that should last into a decent, basically early afternoon. The majority of those clouds will clear out, and almost everybody around northern Michigan today will experience a lot of sunshine, No significant wind to speak of. It'll be a very nice day. It's tomorrow and the several days after that where we could have some active weather. And I say active weather, but we're not expecting anything crazy. We're not going to get a winter storm or anything like that, especially nothing even close to what we had back in January. It's just we're going to get some snow, and that's just what it comes down to. We're going to have an Alberta clipper that'll come through Saturday. And before the cold front actually passes us, we're going to get some rain for a decent majority of Saturday. So to put your attention to the screen there. So again, I'll just fast forward through today. We're not expecting anything. Increase in cloud cover tonight. So now this is midnight tonight, right? We're seeing some cloud cover begin to enter the region. And you might notice at the top left-hand corner of your screen, there's some rain. And that rain is headed our way. So by early morning tomorrow, we could have some scattered-esque rain showers extending from just ahead of the cold front that's set to pass through that day. Now, I say just ahead because the majority of the day will actually still be behind the cold front. We're actually going to be ranging anywhere from the 40s to low 50s tomorrow. So we'll still be pretty warm and warm enough to have us get pretty much entirely rain instead of snow. So we're not expecting anything major tomorrow. So that line of early showers will pass by. We'll get a brief period where there's almost nothing, basically. And then in like the late afternoon, evening, we might get some scattered showers at times, light rain, whoop-de-doo, right? Like nothing crazy. Maybe a little mix and early flurries in the eastern upper later tomorrow, but we're not expecting anything significant tomorrow. It's after that we're going to have that cold front will finally actually pass, and then we'll get a significant drop in temperatures, enough to change all of that rain to snow. And then we'll get snow for at least a few days, if not quite a few days after that. I'm going to switch over to a more longer range model. This model that I'm using right now is a very short range model, so it actually doesn't go past a few more hours than this. So it stops right here at like very early Sunday morning is where it stops. So I'll switch over to something. I'll switch over to the Euro, which goes out several days. So I guess we'll just pick up where we left off. Obviously, that's over Michigan there. Sunday morning. And then as you can see there, this is a very it's a global model. So it's not super high definition resolution. So that's not exactly what it's going to look like. But the idea is that we'll get some scattered-esque snow showers throughout the day on Sunday. And then that system will pass way off to our east, as pretty much almost all systems in our country do, thanks to the Rockies. And then that cold air will kick in some lake effect snow showers over the course of Monday. So I'm kind of just fast forwarding through the entire day of Monday there. We could have some snow showers, lake effect snow showers at times. Now, I will say that lake effect snow showers are actually pretty uncommon for this time of year. And the reason why that is because usually on a normal winter year by now, the majority, well, maybe not the majority, but a pretty decent amount of the Great Lakes will be covered in ice. But thanks to the fact that we had a very warm winter, our Great Lakes are currently 1.2% ice coverage. So they are just absolutely wide open for business. And so once that cold air comes in, it's going to kick off the lake effect snow machine. And so that's what we're expecting late Sunday into Monday, some more lake effect-esque snow showers. And a lot of times people hear lake effect snow and they think, oh, it's just going to dump snow. Actually, with this system, I don't think so. Based on the fact that we don't have an overly crazy amount of moisture available with this system, I would say as an average, most areas probably won't see any more than 3 inches of snow. Although that's not, I say it for most areas as an average. The eastern upper will probably get a decent more than that. I would say you could see up to 6 inches or more if you live in the eastern upper, especially around the classic Northwest snowball region. I'm talking Newberry up to Whitefish Point. You could see a decent amount of snow. But as an average around here, even in the Northwest Snowbelt, probably no more than 3 inches of snow in the northern lower. Some localized spots could see heavier amounts, which is always the case with any system ever. You could maybe see a little bit more than that, but we're not expecting a crazy amount of snow, I will say. Just that it'll be a little icky, a little slushy on the road at times, and temperatures, for one, will be a lot closer to average. It's felt like we've been in spring for so long now, with temperatures being in the 40s and 50s for several weeks on average. Well, that's not going to be the case this week. I'll pull up the 7-day. Actually, before I do that, I guess we'll get through the remainder of the forecast. This is what we're kind of expecting the remainder of the week. Once you get past 4 or 5 days out, it's kind of that might happen. We personally don't super count on it, but you got, generally speaking, the idea is we've got a decent chance to get at least some snow showers almost every day of the week this week with a lot of cloud cover. That's the big difference this next week, is that we'll get a lot of cloud cover. That cloud cover will bring down our temperatures. Obviously, the cold air surging from Canada almost all week will also help keep our temperatures down. And now I'll switch over to the extended 7-day, where, again, we're expecting cloud cover majority of the week. Sun will peek through at times. Temperatures much closer to average. Look at the bottom of that graphic. The normal high is 32 to 38 for this time of year. So even though this next Tuesday is the official first day of spring, that's actually about where we should be, is anywhere from 32 to 38 as an average high around northern Michigan. Obviously, it might be a little bit higher than that or a little bit lower than that, depending on where you are. But that's actually, this is pretty average from what we're expecting. So a little dose of reality, that's the weather kind of hinting at us like, hey, you might want to go back and check your calendar. We're still in mid-March. Winter is not over, especially for northern Michigan. Our winter seems to extend a lot further than that, even though it is technically going to be into spring. We won't really stop getting snow until probably somewhere mid-April, even past that, as like generally speaking. I've seen snow that happen as late as like May in some areas up north. So that's how it is. That's what we're expecting. And with that, let's switch over back to our weather quiz and let's see what people are saying.
Sounds good. And thank you, Dan, for the festive background. Appreciate that. We will start with Christopher. He's at the top of our list. He's reporting 41 and partly cloudy in Farmington Hills. Joel is watching from the Pleasanton Patriots pub. It's 29 degrees. He's reporting some ice as well. Paula, happy Friday. Right back at you. 27 degrees and sunny for her. Gail's watching again this morning. Joel's getting right into it. He's guessing 261 miles an hour for the weather quiz. And Joel's also saying that Trevor is a funny guy with the crying, laughing emoji. I would agree. Also quite knowledgeable about weather and hockey. Christopher is guessing 301. Paul is guessing 261. Shelley has a request. She said, keep it cold for the fruit growers, please. You'll work on that, right, Trevor?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will converse with the weather deities, and we can make that happen.
Sounds good. Your mom's watching.
Hi, Mom.
She's saying happy St. Patty's Day weekend. Stay warm and safe this weekend. Have a joyous Friday as well.
I would say that I'll stay as warm as possible, but me personally, I'm going to enjoy the colder weather.
And I'll skip to your dad, who's commenting, saying good morning. And we had golf ball size hail, but no tornadoes.
Yep. They had a tornado warning, but from what I remember, that tornado warning didn't actually touch down. It was pretty significant rotation, though. I could. If I was working at the NWS in Dallas, I would have issued that warning too.
Mm-hmm.
There's always the possibility. It's like, okay, it might not be on the ground, but it very well could be soon. So you always want to try to be proactive, even if it ends up being wrong. Meteorologists aren't perfect, right? So
lives are literally at stake. So
yes, especially when it comes to severe weather like that, lives are quite literally at stake. I definitely would be afraid I would not hesitate to jump the gun and be like, okay, let's issue a warning on this because we don't play around when it comes to that kind of stuff.
No. We'll say hi to Jackie. 30 degrees in Kalkaska, very gloomy. She wants everybody to have a safe weekend and stay warm. Susie Hughes down in Florida. She is saying it's 68 now. It'll be 82 and sunny. She's off to do some bike riding, swimming, and walking the beach.
It'll be an excellent day for that.
In Florida?
Oh, in Florida.
Yeah, Susie Hughes in Florida. Yeah. But we have a lot of
I don't know about the weather in Florida per se, but around here, sure. Yeah.
Paula, thank you for the compliment about the festive green tie. I did remember that St. Patrick's Day is coming up. Trevor, on the other hand, he can't wear green.
Yeah, I had made a comment about that. I can't remember if it was during the show or what, but
yeah,
I was like, if I didn't have to work with the green screen, I'd be wearing something green, but you'd be seeing right through me if I did that. So went with the golden beige today.
Yeah, it's about as close as you can get to green, I think. So we have a big green wall right over there. So in case you didn't know how that all works. So, all right, got Brandon watching. Good morning to you as well. Christopher saying apparently Farmington Hills was under a level 1 severe weather threat yesterday, but had no thunderstorms, just a lot of rain. Christopher doesn't like thunderstorms, in case you were wondering.
You picked a good place to live.
Jackie is reporting her answer here, 261. Nancy is giving us a weather report. It's 30 degrees in East Jordan. Susie Q is guessing 301. Jennifer's watching. That's producer Sarah's mom. Hi, Jennifer.
Hello.
I was just actually commenting to Sarah. Maybe she told you. I go, I haven't seen your mom pop up here on Facebook Live in a while.
Sarah does a great job. She's very good at what she does.
She sure does. We're lucky to have her. And her weekend has started. Jennifer's saying, good morning, Brendan and Trevor. Enjoy your weekend and love the green tie for St. Patty's Day. Festive. Thanks, Jennifer. Nancy is guessing 281. Alice is watching. Hey, Alice. She's our weather watcher in Alpena. She said, no rain here yet. Seth is watching from a sunny Petoskey. Charlie, thanks for watching. Alice typed 3. Maybe 301 is what she meant to type. My mom's watching. Hey, Mom. Hey, Benj. She's saying, happy Friday, gentlemen. Have a great, fun St. Patrick's Day, Facebook friends. Apparently, my sister in Chicago watched when they turned the water green. Fun things to do in Chicago. Every year, I don't know how many years they've been doing that. The Chicago River there that goes through downtown, they dye it green and
they really
turns
I've never heard of that.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty cool to see. Dan, do you know about that?
Maybe I'll probably look up a video on that at some point.
Dan goes, it's kind of a big deal.
It's kind of a big deal. You should know about it, Trevor.
It's okay, Trevor. You haven't been up. Well, you lived in Iowa for.
I live in Iowa. You said this is in Chicago?
It is, right downtown.
I've been to Chicago like 6 times, maybe 7 times. You know what's funny is that all 7 of them, or all however many times it was, I don't have the exact count, of course.
Let me guess, for hockey games?
Oh, yeah. They were all for hockey tournaments. You're exactly correct. They were all for hockey tournaments. Not one of them was a vacation.
Yeah, so that's all down. So you would go to, where would you go for hockey games? The United Center?
What is that? Is that where the Blackhawks play?
I think
United Center. I would tell you that where we actually played was not in downtown. It was just outside of downtown. I actually don't know what the town that I think it changed from time to time. I don't know if it was always in the same town. I can tell you that when we went to Minnesota a couple of times, we played in Blaine, which I believe is south of Minneapolis. But there's a giant ice hockey complex there. It's a giant building. It's all one building. You won't believe this when I tell you. It's all one building and it has 8 rinks in it.
Oh wow,
8. And it's it's in Blaine, Minnesota. And but Chicago, I actually don't know where we played. And I also don't even know what direction from Chicago it was. I believe it was to the west.
So you were playing. You weren't going to see the Blackhawks. You were playing yourself.
Yeah, I was playing in a hockey tournament. Yeah.
Maybe. Well, unless you were at the United Center, that'd be cool.
No, I don't even think we were downtown a couple of times.
I thought you watched the Blackhawks. Okay, yeah. So all downtown is what we're talking about, Trev. Yeah. Joel saying hi to Lori. Christopher commenting on the Gaylord tornado. Yeah, that'll be in our memories for many years to come. Tom saying good morning, fellas. He managed to get in 2 40-mile bike rides this week. Ooh. But he said, looks like I may have to put the bike away for a few days.
Yeah, especially through the weekend and definitely Monday too, probably.
Mm-hmm. Jackie asking Christopher what he's going to be eating this weekend. Maybe some corned beef and cabbage. And Jackie, thank you. I see your comment about the green tie. Susie Q. She likes your tie as well, Trevor. Susie Q does. Yeah. We have, Sarah's still up. Hi, Sarah. She's saying happy Friday, everyone.
Happy Friday.
Hopefully you caught Trevor's nice comment earlier, Sarah. I don't know exactly when she chimed in. Gail guessing 261. And Paula has a question for you, Trevor. Which position is the word I was looking for? Which position did you play?
Most generally, I played center. I started my hockey career playing as a defender. The very first coach that I played for competitively thought that I'd work better as a center, and I did. So I played center for a long time. But there were some teams that I played for that they preferred me more on the left wing. So I played most often center, sometimes left wing.
Okay. And Sarah said, I didn't hear what Trevor said, but also with a crying, laughing emoji face. So I don't know if she just wants you to repeat the nice compliment you gave her. Just go for it again. What did you tell her?
I said you do a good job. Your mom chimed in and I said, Sarah does a good job.
Yeah. That's what he said. Yeah. And all right, this works out perfectly because we're talking hockey and then Dan has something that he wants to show everybody.
Oh, yes.
Christopher
We
said,
discussed this.
if you know, Christopher goes, if you know your hockey history, Trevor, which I think he does, the Chicago Blackhawks is one of the original 6 in the NHL.
It is one of the original 6. Yep.
Trevor knows.
One of the original 6 teams.
All right, Dan, we're talking hockey. What'd you want to share with our friends? And he even put on the microphone and everything because he has a story to tell.
Terrible feedback.
Yeah, so he's coming in the studio. He doesn't want feedback from the control room.
So what you're looking at is the picture I showed Brendan yesterday. And it is...
I'm not hearing you in my ear. No, it's not on. You can still come over here. It's all good, Dan. You can.
Still Brendan's mic. I thought I had a fix for this yesterday, but okay. So what you're looking at is circa 1998. Not sure exactly when it was taken, but I was probably like 10, 11 years old. Director Dan got to meet Mr. Hockey himself, Gordie. What a little punk I was. You're looking at Gordie Howe next to me, then me, my mom, and then Mark Howe. For those of you that missed out yesterday, basically Mark was closing on a house at my mom's office down in Bloomfield Hills. And she took me out of school to meet him, and she didn't tell me what was happening until we pulled into the driveway, and she was like, yeah, there's somebody from the Red Wings here. Figured you'd like to meet him. I was like, oh, okay, that's great. Neglected to tell me it was Gordie until he walked through the door and was like, hey, how are you doing? So as he's walking by me to take this picture, he elbows me in the chin and tells me that if anybody ever gets in my way, do that. So
How many times have you used that move?
several.
Times?
Yes.
Oh, we'll keep our distance.
Usually in jest, but no, I haven't had to seriously elbow anybody yet.
I bet that brings back a lot of good memories, Dan.
It really does. Yeah.
Trevor, any comments on the Gordie Howe picture? You being such a big hockey fan?
It must be an honor to have gotten a picture taken with an absolute legend. That's all. That's about all I would have to say there.
Yeah, I feel bad because I don't remember a lot about meeting him because I was just starstruck. Like,
Right.
Holy cow, Gordie Howe. But yeah, he was a really down to earth guy and had a lot of fun getting stuff signed by him. So yeah.
And now Dan has since grown a beard since he was 10 years old. Well, awesome. Thank you, Dan, for sharing that. Gordie Howe. There's a huge bridge being built right now in Detroit, connecting Detroit with Canada. The Gordie Howe International Bridge being built right now. So
they're actually calling it the Gordie Howe. That's actually amazing. Wow.
Oh, look that up, Trevor. It's incredible.
Gordie Howe. It was my phone.
The towers are 700 something. It could be taller
Gordie
than the
Howe
towers of the
International
Mackinac
Bridge. No kidding. You got ain't no way.
And right now
Gordie-
it's almost connected.
Oh
In
my
fact,
gosh! How did I not know about this?
I was flying in
to
to
this
Metro
is-
the other day. You
This
can
is about
see
to be my new
really
obsession.
close.
You're about to. Oh, this is scary.
What, the bridge?
Yes.
I love bridges. And then when you connect that with a hockey legend,
Oh my goodness.
I wonder how that naming process went. I need to do some more research.
Okay, they should make a bridge called the Wayne Gretzky National Bridge or something. That's crazy.
Do you see it, Trev? Did you see the picture?
I saw several pictures of it. Just went through Google and just started swiping. It was
Uh-huh.
wow. It's a very big bridge.
And what's cool, you're going to be able to walk across it. I mean, I think
kind
there
of
might
like
be a
the
bike
Mackinac Bridge. You
lane.
can just walk. from
Say that
one
again?
side to the other. So like the Mackinac Bridge, you can just walk from one side to the other.
So the Mackinac Bridge, you can only walk across it Labor Day weekend. There's one time where they block it off, and I think they close it completely to traffic only Labor Day morning, and then it opens back up like noon or 1 o'clock or something like that.
Okay.
But no, on a normal day, you can't walk across the Mackinac Bridge.
Okay, well that's
Unfortunately.
That's very unfortunate.
But for the Gordie Howe Bridge, you're going to be able to walk across. I don't know I do know you're going to have the opportunity to walk across it, whether it's 24/7. I don't know that, but that's on my bucket list. I
didn't see it on Google. Did you say how long it was?
How long the bridge is?
Yeah.
It's funny. My mom asked too. I don't know. Have you seen the Detroit River?
No. Well, I might have, but if I did, it was a long time ago.
It spans the Detroit River, so it's
Oh my goodness.
Not a super long distance, but it's impressive. I mean, when we have the Mackinac Bridge, like behind Trevor, Mackinac Bridge is 5 miles long. So it's not the length of the Mackinac Bridge, I can tell you that. In fact, let me read comments because people might know more than I do.
Mackinac Bridge is 5 miles, right?
Yeah.
Okay, the Gordie Howe International Bridge is 1.5 miles. 1.53 to be super exact.
Oh, okay.
Miles.
And Christopher
Still
said
pretty
it'll be
long.
open next year. The Canadian government is paying for the building of the bridge. I didn't know that.
That doesn't surprise me. They're naming it after a hockey legend, and Canada's national sport is hockey. So I'm sure they would gladly, yes, take our entire stock.
I need to get caught up here on comments real quick here. Sarah said, oh, nice. Or, oh, thank you, Trevor. Very nice. Mark said, good morning from Zephyr Hills, Florida. Joel said, awesome. Shauna said, happy birthday. I don't know whose birthday it is.
Well, happy birthday, whoever's birthday it is.
She wants to know where Heather is. She's on vacation.
Heather, she's on vacation. Yep.
She'll be back Monday. And Christopher already answered that for Shauna. Thank you. Jackie ate at Gordy's restaurant in Traverse City many, many times. And Christopher said, definitely awesome, Dan. Really cool to meet the legend, Mr. Hockey, Gordie Howe. Yep. Bringing up a lot of fun memories. And Susie Q talking about we had Gordie Howe in our shake. I don't know what she means by that. Dan, do you know what shake? Okay, yeah. Not quite sure. Mark is guessing 261, and Christopher is saying, yes, it will be 24/7, like you can walk across it 24/7. Unlike the Mackinac Bridge, there will be sidewalks on both sides of the bridge. See, I learned something new every day. Thanks for that, Christopher. I'm trying to think, are we forgetting? Well, we have to reveal the answer for the weather quiz. Oh, and then standings too.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
We'll see if Dan got 4 for 4 this week.
All right. So I heard a lot of 261s, and that is actually the correct answer.
Mm-hmm.
The official range for EF5 is 261 to 318. I've had people ask me before, it's like, why in the world does it cut off at 318? Well, it's because EF5 is the largest rating that you can have for tornado. It's by far the rarest, and obviously, of course, most destructive tornado. And 318 is the highest that's ever been recorded. So officially, there's nothing higher than that because there's never been anything recorded higher than that. But the minimum requirement is 261 miles per hour for an EF5.
And there we go with the standings.
There are the standings.
Nice job, Dan.
Oh, Dan did not get 4 for 4.
But he
so
won.
Close.
He beat everybody this
but
week.
He did beat everyone this week, and our Facebook viewer got one today. So nobody got shut out this week.
And producer Sarah, 2 for 4.
Yep.
And oh, sorry, Dan, I skipped over your comment here. So this is replying to Jackie's comment about the restaurant, Gordy's restaurant. Did he own it, Dan? So I don't know the background on it. So he owned it. Okay. So Dan said, my mom made sure to mention to his wife about the shirtless picture of him in the women's bathroom at the restaurant. Missed that place, though. Where was that, Dan? Oh, it was on Garfield in Traverse City. Okay. Where Agave is. Yep. Okay. And Susie Q saying Shakely vitamins, membership, Goody Howell, maybe Gordy. I still don't. I'm still not sure. I'm sorry, Susie Q. And Jackie got it right. Joel's 2 for 4. Christopher's 1 for 3. Susie Q's 2 for 5. I don't know if that's possible because you guys just did this 4 days, right? You didn't do it Monday when I was in here.
We didn't do it Monday.
So maybe 2 for 4. I just like to. I know Susie Q. I actually know her, so I have to give her a hard time. And Paula, 3 for 3. She was not able to tune in yesterday. So, okay. Fair enough. I'm just seeing if there are any more comments. I think that about wraps things up. A little fun fact about, I don't know how fun it is. Well, Trevor loves the weather. I guess it could be fun, right? Want to give you a little programming note. Trevor, if people want to see more of you, how can they do that?
Tonight.
That's what I was getting
And this weekend.
Yeah, the programming note. Yeah.
Yeah. So fun little scheduling thing today. I also work tonight, so I'll be on the evening show, the 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 6:30 ABC, and then back at 11 as well. I'll be on all schedules, every single show that we offer here at Up North Live News. I will be doing them all today.
Even the digital shows.
Even the digital one.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
Oh, you know what? We have another special visitor.
Special visitors.
I'm going to let you read that.
I love
one.
special visitors.
What?
Oh, it's my Aunt Rose.
Yeah. Hi, Aunt Rose. Go ahead, read her comment.
So it says, Rose. All right, that's your name. Ladowski is watching from Murphy, Texas. Proud auntie or auntie, I guess it depends on how you say it, of Trevor Roubadeaux. That's my aunt from Texas. One of my biggest supporters. She's loved that I've gone into weather for such a long time.
Aww.
And I appreciate her support. And everyone who supports me, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I absolutely. It's no secret that I absolutely love weather. I'm going to dedicate my entire life to this, probably. So that and hockey. I am an endless book of hockey knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I shouldn't say an endless book. I don't know anything really before like the 80s, but I mean that's pretty impressive considering that I wasn't alive until the 2000s. So.
So no matter if you're in Texas, Florida, here, you can watch Trevor live stream on upnorthlive.com. You can watch all of our newscasts there. Any other comments there on the phone, Trevor?
Let me see. None have come in so far.
Okay. We can wrap things up. Dan, any comments here? Gibbs back on Monday. So Dan, okay. The box is loading, I'm told.
Everybody's going to be back to the normal schedule next week. We'll have Gibbon.
Yeah.
This magical person will become Heather. And then Brendan will still be here. And then Sarah, of course, will be here as well. We'll have a full morning show. Everything going back to normal next week.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be back on the reporting gig. And you can still, of course, want to see me that bad. In which case, thank you. And shucks. And also, I'll be on every weekend unless I take vacation, which at the moment I don't plan to.
Yeah.
At least not for the next couple of months.
Okay. Okay, so Dan's saying that he thinks that like we as a station should start a hockey team and call it TC Twisters.
I would be delighted to play on a hockey team. I honestly need to like enroll for some kind of like adults like men's league around here or something. Although I am planning to become a referee to get me back on skates. But the official referee like entry program, it doesn't open until like June. So I just have to wait until I can do that. But
we had a former coworker here, a director who played hockey in TC.
Was it?
So we'll have to get you in contact with him. So all right, well, thanks for